Well, after Tuesday's meeting at Fairview on the poly track, we've got to pick ourselves off the floor and go again this Friday, racing at Fairview, the poly track, 8 races on the card. The first off at 12:35, and once again, as always, for our Fairview race meetings, we're joined on the line by Grant. Grant, you're back in top form?
No, after Tuesday, I tell you what, we took a hell of a beating. But we got to give it another go. Morning to yourself, Graham, and morning to the punters. Yeah, it was a shocking Tuesday, got to be honest with you. Couldn't find most of those horses, but hopefully we can turn it around and make Friday a start to a profitable weekend.
Nice chatting to you, Grant. Again, it's been a while since we've teamed up to do the preview show for Fairview, but let's get straight into it. The opening race, a maiden juvenile plate over 1,000 metres. Gavin Smith saddles 4 of the 6 runners. I say 6 runners because we just had news of the scratching of number 7, Serendipitous, which was quoted at 7-2 at the time of the betting. So there will be changes to the market, but the clear favourite is number 5, Project Runway. The first timer from the Alan Greef stable with Richard Faria aboard. Number 2, Confetti, is the second choice in the market. And another first timer, a 2-year-old daughter of Horizon, Miss Pryor, stable companion to Project Runway, Gavin Smith, Louis Mkotwa. That's the third choice in the market. But I've had a squeak at your suggested bet, which is again the buy pot. You've banked at number 5, Project Runway, after 3 good runs. Looks set to shed its maiden ticket.
Graham, listen, she's had, I think, 3 runs. This is going to be her 4th run in 6 weeks. They're obviously chasing the bonus. She's had multiple chances to win. I banked her because I can't see her missing the first 2. I did notice before the scratching there was early money for this filly, Miss Pryor, out of the Gavin Smith yard for Louis Mkotwa. So we've got to take note. I haven't heard anything on the ground for both the first timers, the 2, Confetti and Miss Pryor. They must just watch for further shortening of Miss Pryor closer to race time. I have banked at Project Runway. I don't think she can miss the first 2, but if people want to be a little bit safer, just add in one of the either number 2 or number 3 to cover up. The rest of the field is very, very moderate. I've tipped them 5, 3, 2, 4, and Project Runway to get us off hopefully to a decent start.
Well, if you're looking to cover the favourite number 5, Project Runway, in the opening leg of the buy pot, may be wise to include the scratching as well. So if you're ducking for a little bit of cover with either Confetti or Miss Pryor or both, then throw in the scratching so that if the favourite does arrive in the first 2, you at least come through more times than you might have done. But that's the first leg of the buy pot, and we're going with the favourite Project Runway, but keep an eye on the market as suggested by Grant. The second race is another maiden juvenile plate, this time over 1,400 metres. It's due for 1:10. It's the first leg of the place accumulator. Equipment change, number 2, First Lord, gets the tongue tie. The odds-on favourite here is number 3, Golden Link. Louis Mkotwa riding for Sharon Cotson. They were in terrific form recently. Number 5, Nike's Ray of Light, is at 15-4. Number 6, Velvet Valor, is at 8-1. And the first timer, again, Richard Faria and Alan Greef. Number 7, Walt Whitman. That is, in fact, at 4-1. So healthy market respect for number 7, Walt Whitman. But here again, Grant, you've gone with a banker. Looks the obvious choice. Number 3, Golden Link, in the red at 8-10. Close second behind Magical River last time out. And what is encouraging, Grant, is that there have been winners from every one of its form lines.
Yeah, 100%, and some very decent horses that is ran against. I see they have added the tongue tie as well to Golden Link, maybe making a little bit of a noise or something, but they've added the tongue tie, and Sharon's yard in super form at the moment, and well done to her as well. She's really turned the yard around, and I think they had 3 on Tuesday or on Friday. They're really doing well. So yeah, Golden Link's a standout bet for me on the day. He's run to some very decent juveniles and run well. He doesn't really have to do too much to beat this lot. Velvet Valor, a good second last time out, beaten 7 lengths at 50-1. I believe he has improved back home, and he'll probably run a drum as well. And then Nike's Ray of Light stepping up in trip, you'll probably enjoy it as well. And he's probably going to run a place. Walt Whitman, the Greef horse, I haven't heard anything on the ground. It's all quiet. There's no money for it at the moment. So a lot of respect for Golden Link, and I think he's the best bet on the card.
So there we go. The nap of the day is number 3, Golden Link, in the opening leg of the place accumulator. Nike's Ray of Light is the second choice in the market, but it's got more than 3 lengths to find with Golden Link on the evidence of their last run. We move ahead to the pick 6. This is a maiden plate over 1,900 meters. Number 1, Williams Legacy, is at 22-10. Number 4, Ragazzo Grande, 9-2. Number 6, Imhotep, is at 11-2, along with number 7, Wolfram, at 11-2. There are a couple of changes and form updates. Number 12, Mr. Miyagi. The blinkers come off, but the pacifiers go on. Form update for Mr. Miyagi. Well, it's not worth mentioning. 11th, the distance behind Kanimambo on the 14th of May. But one that is worth mentioning, perhaps, although I suspect that was a very weak race, and it was an open maiden. Number 13, Come On Your Spurs, showed its first glimpse of form when third on the 14th of May, beaten only a length and 3/4 by Kanimambo. In the same race, Heart of Thieves was 7 3/4 lengths back. Lord Capulet was 27 lengths back, and O Captain was 7.5 lengths back. So my first question to you, Grant, before we go to the market leaders and the principals, that Kanimambo form line with specific reference to Come On Your Spurs, was that just a very weak ride, a very weak race?
Yeah, 100%, Graham. It was a weak race, and this is just as bad. You know, we've got the first 2 horses in the betting have had multiple chances to win a maiden, and yes, a big field, and there's a lot of bad horses. So on the poly track, this could be very, very interesting. You get stuck behind some of these slow horses, and you're going to have a massive problem on your hands. I have gone for Williams Legacy. Louis got off him last time out and said to Kelly, put him over a 19 and he'll win a race. He unfortunately had already committed to Wolfram, who he rode as well last time out over 1900 and ran on strongly. If Wolfram was drawn better, he'd probably be a good thing, but he does give them start, and you could be stuck behind a lot of bad horses in this race, giving them a bit of giving them that kind of start. Island Master, I see Sharon slapped a set of blinkers on him. He was only a length behind Williams Legacy last time out, and he's definitely the improver in the race. He's only had 2 runs here, and he's improved every time, so he's probably the biggest danger to Williams Legacy and Wolfram. And then obviously the Richard Fourie factor with Ragazzo Grande, who is extremely moderate. So I've got 1, 7, 3, 4. Those 4 horses should get you through the pick 6. Very, very weak race.
Okay, so there we go. Let's move on to race 4, the first leg of Jackpot 1. It's a handicap at the MR68 level over 1,900 meters. No card changes at the time of recording, which, as you all know by now, is on the Thursday morning preceding the race meeting on the Friday. Let's go through those that are quoted in single figures. Number 1, Nothing Else Matters, is at 8-1. Number 2, Puerto Plata, is at 22-10. Number 5, Harold the Duke, 3-1. Number 6, Give Us a Smile, is 9-1. And number 8 is at 13-2. 10 runners are carded. Grant, you've gone with numbers 2, Puerto Plata, and 5, Harold the Duke, the 2 market leaders in the bipot. For jackpot and pick 6 purposes, would you be looking beyond those 2?
Yeah, definitely, Graham. I'm going to add in 2 horses. Nothing Else Matters. The 1 horse, Craig Zaki, Gavin Smith, down in class from a middle stakes down to a merit rated 68. Nice run last time out in that middle stakes. So he's definitely got to go in and Give Us a Smile. As I say, Sharon's Yard in very good form. That's definitely going to go in. So those 4 horses for the pick 6. I do like Puerto Plata to beat Harold the Duke. There's a turnover of weights, and most importantly, a turnover of draws. He ran from a very bad draw last time out and was very unlucky not to get up. I think he'll be actually a hard horse to beat. But 4 horses in the pick 6, 1, 2, 5, and 6, and the bipots I just went 2 and 5.
So Puerto Plata's form since relocating from the Highveld to the Eastern Cape is pretty decent. He's had the 3 starts. He won his first start in the province. He won his second start in the province, and then, as you say, ran second, narrowly beaten by Harold the Duke. They've met on the last 2 runs. They meet again here. What I noticed is that the handicap has been quite lenient on Puerto Plata. Up 2 points of his first win, and then up 3 points of his second win. So it's actually only gone up 5 points for his last 2 wins, and then a good second. So clearly, given that he's acclimatized so well, he could certainly train on to pick up a few more heats in your part of the world.
Yeah, Graham, 100%. Alan seems to get it right with a couple of these horses. Yeah, they get away from the handicap. I think he's got so many that there's always one or two that do get away from the handicap, and this is definitely one of them. He's a lovely horse. I actually do think he'll be a better horse when he gets over a trip on the grass. I know there just hasn't been a race for him, and I think he's a decent horse. He'll go through the divisions, no doubt. You know, he comes from way off the pace, but this time he's got a good draw, and Richard will probably sit him halfway back and run them down. So, yeah, he's an interesting horse with a bright future.
Always a touch of class when they can win over 1,200 metres, as he did when winning his maiden, then step up immediately to 2,000 metres and follow up. But that's race 4, Puerto Plata, the top choice ahead of Harold the Duke. But as you heard there from Grant, numbers 1 and 6 need to be considered for your jackpot and pick 6 permutations as well. Race 5, first leg of jackpot 2, MR66 handicap over 1,600 metres. Grant's gone pretty wide in this leg of the bipot. Now we need to follow up with our changes, so you're going to need to keep an eye on the card scratchings as we approach race time, because at this point, number 1, Meet at the Windsor, who ran just 3 days ago when finishing 4th behind Fujisan, is at the top of the boards. And assuming all is well, it'll be a go for Meet at the Windsor, but you need to keep an eye on your scratchings. One that is already out is number 4, Bridgerton. That has now finally been retired from racing. The betting, number 1, Meet at the Windsor 5-2, number 2, Launch Code at 9-2, 3, Iron Tail at 9-2, 5, Godfather at 6-1, and number 6, Head Gardener at 3-1. Those are the runners quoted in single figures. With the scratching of number 4, Bridgerton, we're down to 9 runners. Take us through the race.
Graham, yeah, this was the favourite Meet at the Windsor. He ran a very moderate race on Tuesday. I've got to be honest. I thought it was a 2-horse race, and he ended up running a dirty 4th in a field that was definitely weaker than this. So he's going to have to pick up his feet to win a race like this. He's probably going to run a place, but I think it'll be hard pressed to win it. I really do like this horse, Head Gardener, from a 1 draw. Loves the course and distance. He'll be out there making his own fractions and trying to get away from them early. Launch Code's got a chance, and my value bet on the day is this horse Godfather. Ran a very nice race first time out over the Poly 1400, ran on very well, and he's come on from that run. One little question mark, and I'm a big believer in it, is the second run after a rest, but he has come on from his last run, and he's sure to be in the firing line. Launch Code will be there and thereabouts, and as I say, Meet at the Windsor. I've gone the 4 horses in my bipods. I don't want to get run out here in an average race, but I do like Head Gardener.
So, Head Gardener, the pick of the field for race 5 as far as Grant is concerned, but it is competitive. Race 6 is a classified stakes over 1,200 metres. It's the first leg of the final pick 3. It's due off at 15:35. A couple of equipment changes. Number 3, Cruiser Door will get the tongue tie. Number 4, Charlie Malone is knocking at the door very loudly, gets a compression mask. Otherwise, at this early stage of recording, all 9 runners stand their ground. And the betting, number 4, Charlie Malone at 22-10. Number 6, Arturo is at 2-1. And number 7, Duke of Orange at 3-1. Those are the only 3 runners quoted in single figures. You've gone with numbers 6, Arturo, and 7, Duke of Orange in your bipot. But surely in the pick 6 jackpot, you would also consider number 4, Charlie Malone, for inclusion?
Yeah, Charlie Malone as well as Notorix. Those will be definitely inclusions as well. Duke of Orange he's got solid form at the moment, got a postage stamp 48 on his back. He's got to be a massive runner from a half-decent draw. The only problem with that horse, he doesn't know how to get his head in front. He'll do everything right up until the post and then find something to come and beat him. This could be another one of Richard Foury's winners here on Arturo. He's turned his form around. He's starting to hold solid form, but he's probably the horse to beat. Charlie Malone is another one that's holding solid form. Also can't get over the winning post. And then Notorix has been running against Strong and ran on very nicely last time out. And at 10-1 is a bit of value. My bipod 6 and 7, the pick 6, we're going to be adding Charlie Malone and Notorix.
So there we go. That's race 6. Moving along to race 7, a fillies and mares 86 handicap for fillies and mares over 1,300 metres. Again, we've got a form update, and it's for number 11, Carbon Copy, who ran on Tuesday, the 14th of May. And it was a pretty auspicious run, finishing 3rd under a half a length behind No Place Like Home. And again, with the Apprentice's 4 claim, carries just 50.5 on its back. So note that important form update. Number 6, Back for More, gets blinkers, but the betting as we stand, number 2, Passion Doll, is at 22-10. Number 4, Easy Living, is at 4-1. Number 6, Back for More, is at 4-1. They bet 10-1 and upwards. The balance, Passion Doll, the favourite. But first, a comment about Carbon Copy. That's quite a decent form update.
Yeah, very good run on Tuesday. I must be honest with you. She went up there, made a lot of pace, and just needed it. And probably going to be a little bit too soon. She's not the biggest of horses, so we're going to have to watch if she's going to run or not, Graham. But she's got a lightweight 50 and a half on her back, and she'll probably want to do similar tactics. But this is a lot stronger. It really is, and she's not going to get away with going quick. This filly Passchendaele, the way she won too, the starts back on the poly was super, super impressive. I think she'll be very, very hard to beat. She's doing very, very well back home. And I think she's one of the better bets on the day with Puerto Plata, to be honest with you. And I think she'll win and win well. Her danger is definitely Easy Living, solid front-running filly from a one draw. She'll be making it hot. I brassed the 6 Back for More. I see it's 4-1 in the betting. I think they're marking up on jockeys here. She's been racing over a hell of a lot further, 1,800 and 2,000, and she's back down to a 1,300 on the poly. I prefer her stable companion, Mary Lamb, and then the top weighted filly, Idita, to round up the quartet. So I've gone 2, 4, 8 and 1, and just have a look if Carbon Copy does run.
So Passion Doll, I know we've been through the bipod. The bipod ended with race 6, so this race is very much part of both jackpots, very much part of the pick 6 and the place accumulator. Passion Doll, measure of confidence. Can we nail our colours to the mask and make her a banker in those exotics?
With confidence, Graham, with confidence, I think she'll win and win well.
So there we go. Race 8 is the last. It's off at 16:40. It's an FM 70 handicap over 1,300 metres. Don't appear to be any card changes at this early stage. Number 1, Concerto, is at 2-1. Number 2, Allende, is at 11-2. And number 3 is at 5-2. Don't ask me to pronounce that. Numbers 1, 2, and 3, all owned by the Hollywood Syndicate, chasing down their 100th winner for the season. Number 4, Time for Glory, is at 8-1. Number 7, Can't Say No, is at 4-1. So those are the ones that matter as far as the betting is concerned. Concerto, top of the boards. We've gone against Richard Free in quite a few races. Is he going to get it right in the last?
Graham, she was very disappointing last time out when I went for her over 1,400 on the poly. She never raised the gallop and ran a poor 5th, 61.5 from a decent draw. I'll tell you one thing, Hollywood will win the race. There's no doubt about that. It'll come from 1, 2 or 3. Allende just needed her last run, and there was a bit of money for her. So watch that one. But I do like the 3, Ikem Bula Besibizani. She's a solid filly. She doesn't know how to run a bad race. And with Craig up from a decent draw, I think she's the horse to beat. I've tipped them 3, 2, 1, and 4. The pick 6, you're going to need the 3 Hollywood horses to get through.
So there we go. Hollywood Syndicate chasing down their 100th winner for the season. They've got 3 runners, all 3 very much alive. Grant suggesting the winner will come from one of those 3, but he prefers, of the trio, he prefers number 3. Now, we mentioned earlier that, as always, Grant's suggested bet is the bipod. He's also got a best bet and a value bet for us. So, Grant, take it away.
Thank you very much, Graham. My best bet, race 2, number 3, Golden Link. My value bet, race 5, number 5, Godfather. And my suggested bet, the bipod goes as follows. We start off with a banker 5, by banker 3, by 1 and 7, by 2 and 5, by 1, 2, 5, 6, by 6 and 7 for 32 Rand.
Thank you, Grant. Let's hope all of the horses have actually listened to this show as well and decide to run according to the script, unlike on Tuesday. But as I said earlier, that's history. We go forward. We're looking forward to a very nice day's racing at Fairview on Friday. Watch out for a big run from Passchendaele. Watch out for a big run from the nap for the day, Golden Link, in the second race. Grant, thanks for joining us always. Have a good day.
Thank you very much, Graham, and goodbye to the punters.
Thank you very much for watching. Till next time, ciao.